This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, hello, hello. Beautiful sisters, beautiful souls of the Return of the Diva. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's a great honor to be with you back again on the Sunday Live, where I bring you different topics. And today we are really going to go deep in and know all about the mother wound. So I look forward to having all of you stay until the end. It's going to take around 35 to 45 minutes. So it's a very good day for you to learn all this. So for those who don't know me, my name is Angelina, and I'm the founder and your host today. I'm the founder of the Facebook group that we are all in, Return of the Diva, where I bring you different topics and where we elevate in consciousness and know how to master our own feminine vibration. So if you have any questions as I go on with the teaching today, feel free to ask me. Today, we are talking more about the mother wound and the sister wound. And these are the major feminine wounds that we all have. So if you have not been raised by a priestess, a woman who has healed herself to know that she is multidimensional, she is dynamic, and a woman who is already in our path, we all have mother wounds. So pay a close to these things that I'm going to bring into your awareness, because as you pay close awareness, you will realize that most of the things that we thought they were normal, that our mothers taught us, is not really what we are to be empowered with. So for the women who are constantly comparing yourself with others or competing yourself, these are the external wounds. These are the feminine wounds, are the sister wounds. The internal ones, where we feel a certain way, we are not confident about ourselves, we have not known how to set healthy boundaries. These are the mother wounds we are going to be addressing today. So if you have self-sabotaging, if you have no drive to have your own success or be driven in any way, shape, or form, if you have low self-esteem, if you are complainer of a people pleaser, a perfectionist, all these wounds are dominantly because they are the feminine wounds. Codependence in a relationship because you feel that you need somebody to fulfill you from the outside in. Self-sacrificing in our own for our own dreams to happen. These are the feminine wounds. I want to begin by telling you that you are a goddess, you are a priestess, you are a queen. You need to be in control of your life. You want to take back your life. You are a diva that way. Divas are the archangels, and you are one of them. Get yourself in this healing journey by knowing and bringing to awareness what a mother wound is. It's very important for you to know how to heal this so that you can dive into your own sovereignty, embrace it, your sovereignty in fullness, because if you are constantly in a place where you are people pleasing or you're a good girl, we are all experiencing all these feminine wounds in a different perspective, in a different spectrum. Some of us have some very deeply wounded feminine aspects because of the guardians that introduced us into this life. So we have a deeper feminine wounds, and some of us are just in a place where they can just be empowered and heal them. But we are all here because we are born of a feminine wound. You see, every woman that is in a mother's belly, or your mother, when she was being in a mother's belly, or your grandmother was pregnant with your mother, she had all her eggs with her. That's how dynamic us women are. Men produce or they manufacture sperms every now and then. But us women are born with all our eggs together. So when your mother was when your grandmother was pregnant with your mother, you were inside your mother's belly. So we are carrying constantly 3 generations when we are pregnant with the female daughters of ours. So these wounds are passed from generation to generation, from one guardian to another, and that's how the feminine wounds is interwoven to pass through. I want to tell you also, when you are having ancestors who are empowered, but today we are talking about feminine wounds, I just want to tell you it's not all bad, because some of them are empowered and they have also good aspects about them. So it's not only a wound that we get from our ancestors, but we are also empowered to have different gifts. So the concept of patriarchy is very extremely embedded in the interwoven in us, because that's when we are more knowing about how the generations are before us affect us. So we want to loosen the grip. We want to know that how we see the women that are in our lives, that have been in our lives, their place. The system showed us that the woman's place is in the kitchen. We are raised to know that a woman is a different perspective of looking at a woman, and this has been passed down in generation by generation. So it's not about how successful we are, it's about how we view success, how we look at things, because it is more of a masculine than more of a feminine. So the feminine has been affected in this way. We want to look ourselves from the things that we have been taught that we do not realize that are not serving us for the highest good. So lots of the times that we are acting, we are repeating a pattern over and over again from what we have been taught. We have been taught to look at things of like what a good girl looks like, what a woman should look like. And we do not know that this is not really the truth, because these people who are teaching us this are not coming from an empowered place. So when you are looking at this, we are going to be knowing how to heal our mother wound, because from one woman to another, there is a essential part of the soul blueprint which a woman should be at the core of our being. And this is the self-awareness, self-worth, really knowing who you are. And the things that are externally affecting you, looking at the patterns that you have being repeated or repeating over and over again. Because when we are knowing that we all come from a different womb or different feminine wound, we start to look at life very differently. So if I am going so fast, or if I am making sense, let me know from the chat bar. So when you are in your mother and in your lineage, when you are looking at your mother's line, when you are looking from where you come from, there is a fundamental function of what a mother is supposed to look like. The aspect of a mother, or the function of a mother, are to nurture you, protect you, to empower you, and to initiate you. All these aspects are some of the things that are missing from our mothers today, because as far as most mothers will say that they provide you with nurture and they have been protecting you, they have not taught you how to be a woman, or they have never empowered you to become a woman. So you want to know that this is not something that is wrong with you, but because you have not been empowered by those who came before you that initiated you or did not initiate you to become a woman. That's why some of the things keep repeating themselves over and over again. So you want to get initiated. You want to become fully empowered so that you can step into your full sovereignty, for you to start beginning to understand things from a more ideological place, rather than having all this part of you looking for outside validation of who you really are. The motherhood will show up in your lives. A lot of people will be affected in their relationship, in their businesses, in their workplace, because the aspects of what a woman supposed to be, most of the aspects are the people pleaser, the good girl, and this is making yourself small. This is coming from a place of guilt, a place of shame, or not feeling good enough, because you will start to feel like, I am not ready for this, I am not empowered for this. So you start to have this, what we call the imposter syndrome, where it's you are doing what you are, but you're not having things that are coming as your dreams. You are always self-sacrificing so that people will accept you. So you are not living your dreams. So you do not allow things to come and in a definite feminine flow. You also will notice that in this place, you will have a very loud inner critic that keeps criticizing other people and those near you or yourself. You will start to realize that you are very judgmental, and because you don't know that you are, some people point them out. These are the wounds that we are talking about, where if you are one who judges others, you must be a very huge perfectionist, because you see your way or the other way is wrong. So you are rooted in that I'm the one who knows. No one else knows better than me. In all this, you will realize in the feminine wounds, the jealous or the comparison, the competition with other women is also rudely emphasized, because these are external wounds, which we call the sister wounds, and they affect us because we have been taught to compare ourselves with others. Most of the world today, or how we've been taught, is to look at things from the left side of the brain. The feminine side of the brain is the right side of the brain, which most of us don't use. They don't know how to activate. So we grow up judging each other. We grow up being jealous of our sisters, men, our friends, families. We say that person is happy, so we don't wish them good, we don't bless them. We are constantly judging or backbiting or gossiping about them. So when you apologize to yourself for not knowing this and start walking towards the things that you like to do, rather than the things that you were taught that you like to do, or rather than sacrificing yourself for anyone else, you start to walk towards your own healing journey. You start to understand who you are, and the things that you perceived as mistakes of the past, you start healing them. You see, all these child wounds, all these things that have come before us, we can let them go. We can say, our mothers didn't know better. But don't forget, there was an emotional effect that came with these wounds. There was something that was affected that caused an emotional reaction. Every time you have an emotional reaction, this emotional reaction is either embedded in your cellular structure or anywhere, and it will surface if you do not address these emotional issues on at a healthy rate or a healthy way, or have a healthy channel to heal these emotional things. Some of the inner wounds are the guilt, the trust, the abandonment issue, the neglect issue, and they all surface one way or the other in our relationships. You will find yourself, you are always attracted to people who are not there emotionally to support you, or people are not there, or you cannot trust anyone because all these wounds are still very active in you. So you want to address them, you want to feel the emotions. You see, the emotions that come, we are being told they're very scary to look at. We are very soft if we are looking at some, but that is not true. You want to address your emotions because they are to tell you what is happening with you. So if you have questions, I'll be looking forward to answer them. What you believe, what are your beliefs? Are they serving you? Where did you find them from? Because what is a belief? A belief is a thought that we keep repeating over and over again. You might be repeating that I'm not good in this one thing. I am not good in maths. I am not good in cooking. But these are just beliefs, because if you put yourself in a place where you get a recipe and you follow step by step, you're going to find yourself that you are a really good cook. So you want to give yourself permission to release some of the wounds or the belief systems that you have come with. Because to be really honest with you, there is nothing wrong with us. We are perfect. We are perfect, and we can be loved. We can be respected, and all the things that make you feel quite small, all the things make you feel like you are not enough, to just keep you in this loop of limiting belief of I am not good enough. You see, when we imagine ourselves in our relationship, when we imagine ourselves in our careers and we are thriving, in our relationships is healthy, and our dreams are fulfilled, and our body image, these are the roots of the mother wounds. Because when we have a mother wound, and how we try to work these aspects of ourselves, they keep coming up in the current issues because we have not solved them in deeply in our nature, because they will keep showing up, they will keep coming up. If you have a self issue with your body, or with how, let's go for the body. If you're looking at yourself and comparing yourself to other women, like I have a big belly, or I don't like the way my face looks, or all these self-images, anything to do with anything to do with the self-image is one of the sister wounds. You want to focus on the healing of the confidence from the inside out, so that these things can dissolve from your reality. When you start focusing on your confidence, whether you are going to be looking at yourself from a different perspective, you want to go for the root of the cause of what this is. Because when you go to the root, you are going to uproot it, and it's not going to keep surfacing in your healing journey. Healing the mother wound, and how you're going to get to that point, is for you to first take the important decision, or the important part where is you want to be self-aware of the beliefs that you have observed from others or your mother or your guardian. You want to know that when you take into account the beliefs, some of them are not fitting the strategic use that you want to use them for. You want to start feeling self to use this belief system or acquiring new workable belief systems that will be more uplifting for you. Some people are and have this people-pleasing personality because their mother either modeled them and taught them to not to directly see or to even be aware that their mother, the way they put ideas to them, like, what have you learned from your mother? Was it from a place where you could say, I feel so empowered. I feel so enthusiastic about life. I feel like I am ready to go to the next step, which is the maiden, which is, I feel like I'm ready to go to the next step where, oh, I know how to work with my menstruation. Oh, I feel I am empowered enough to step into the role of being a mother or being a wife. When we are not initiated from one step to another, we feel or we don't know that this is a thing, because we might not know so many women who empower their daughters, but we are here as way showers, game changers, because the way you are going to be bringing up your children or your daughters, even the sons, they are going to be getting the wounds from yourself. So if you have two mothers, if you have one mother, if you have an auntie, if you have a grandmother who raised you, you might have two wounds or you might have one wound. So you want to be aware with the means of what does a mother-daughter relationship look like, because some of the relationships are not very empowering. You will see where a relationship where a mother wants to be a best friend, wants to know everything about you. She's all over your business, all over your relationship. She knows when you have sex or when you don't. You know, you don't have to tell everybody your business. You want to first get to a place where you self-nurture so that you can bring out the things that are in you. Most of the times when we tell this to our mothers, they don't come from a good space, because they themselves, they did not have thriving relationships, either with our father, because our fathers were very not available, and or they were scared of them. Some women are very scary to their husbands, so the husband is the one who is more in the suppressed kind of way, and the woman is the one who projects our wounds, and they can come from a very narcissistic part of you where the mother is never there for the daughter, abusive, or even tortures the daughter, call you names, not empower you in any way. A place where you can also, another relationship where you cannot tell her when you want to tell her the big things, like a place where you cannot tell your mother you have had your periods, you have been sexually molested, things like that, because your mother was the guardian, or the woman that was in their lives, was the person who was supposed to create the safety for you to have this nurture in you. So you want to know that if that was not a thing that you knew, and only knew about relationships from either a movie you watched about how a mother-daughter paradigms is supposed to look like, you have not been taught the relationship of a healthy mother, you want to start looking at these things closely, because when you start loving yourself, When you start giving yourself nurture, you're going to hold capacity to see that your nieces, your daughters are also thriving and less wounds, because you're, as you heal yourself, you're healing the lineage too. So ladies, it's amazing. It's amazing afternoon. I look forward to your questions as we go on. So if you have been either had the ideal relationship of, if you don't know how the ideal relationship of how the mother-daughter relationship should look like, obviously it would be loving, and it would have that many nurturing things that you will come with. You will have to have your own awareness of you, self-expression. Another thing is when we have the assumption of we are being bad, or we are selfish to think this way, or something is wrong with you, or you are not grateful, or so you don't let go of things of, you know, all of these things are coming from a wounded part of the mother wound. So be aware of all these myths that come with how a mother-daughter paradigm is supposed to becoming aware. So the next level is for us to start to allow to fully feel our feelings. Every feeling is valid. It's okay if you're sad. It's okay for you to grieve. It's okay for you, because if you deny yourself these things and we look back and we say, oh, I've been holding back all my feelings in this, and this is going to be very painful in the future, because if you've been holding up all these feelings, they will come up and blow in either your relationship, in your business, in every area of your life. You're going to be leaking all these things. When you start to start healing your inner child from all and liberating her from all this suffering, we start to know that we are okay by allowing ourselves to actually feel our emotions. Because when we feel our emotions, we liberate ourselves from that place of, oh, we are not good girls because good girls don't cry, or because good girls ABCD. So feeling all these feelings from the inside out is going to be helpful for you to release them from a deeper perspective. Allow yourself to go guided by your own heart center. Follow your heart more than follow your mind, because when you follow your mind, because you do not know that you have the left and the right brain and you're not activated. Most of the time when we make the decision from the mind, we tend to either be thinking of the past or the future sense of us. But when we allowing ourselves to operate from the heart, we are channeling the divine light, where we tune into our feelings and allow ourselves to really to get the trust that we want from receiving what we have been praying for, meditating on it, what we are trusting us, God to send to us, to receive, and for us to also start practicing our feminine practices, where we connect with who we are. We connect with the essence of the feminine in us. So when we are tuning from the inside out, we are basically transforming ourselves into our inner mother. We are transforming ourselves to start nurturing ourselves from the inside out. So we learn to parent ourselves. We learn to become our own mother. We come to know that we are the ones to offer ourselves what we really need to empower ourselves. We get help if we are coming from a narcissistic relationship with our own mother. We want to release that energy. We want to release the energy of the people pleaser. We want to release the energy of the savior complex, where we feel like we need to be the savior of everyone, control freaks. And we don't know that all these things are affecting our marriages, affecting our businesses, affecting our friendships, because we do not know that they are the wounds of the feminine. Start bringing this into your awareness, and you will start knowing that you start to detect these wounds. What happens when you detach yourself from your inner child, from your outer mother? You start to put yourself into the place where you're the inner nurturer of who you are. You start to get the nurture from the source part of you. You start to get your nurture from the energy of the earth, that is the mother earth. The mother earth becomes your own mother, because innately we are all from the earth. So let earth be your mother. Getting your source from your earth, you connecting from to your womb, you are going to be connected for the source of all there is, because you are going to get that nurture, that compassion, that empowerment, all the things that you have not received. When you detach from your outer mother, you are going to start embodying them from the inside out. And ultimately, there is nothing that is outside of you. Everything is inside of you. So when you start healing from the inside out, aligning yourself to the trusting of your inner mother, so you start to learn how to show yourself compassion, how to self-nurture yourself, how to take care of your feelings, knowing who you are, counting yourself as you mother yourself. You are going to start thriving. You're going to start releasing all the traumas that you have had with growing up. So that is the ultimately point that you need to address. You you start noticing that you start to give yourself positive self-talk, soothing yourself, nurturing yourself, caring for your own feeling. When you start to soul gaze with yourself, when you start to pamper yourself, when you start to have self-compassion, or you care for your body in a more deeper way, something tremendously wonderful happens to you, because you start thriving, you start blossoming. That flower that you are becomes very blossomed, because there is self-nurture from the inside out, because you have forgiven yourself for not being in a place where you can defend the little girl inside of you. So now you are taking control of that little girl as you start to heal yourself, by you acknowledging that where you're coming from, it was not okay. But everybody is responsible for their own healing journey. I say this with a lot of compassion, but you want to know that your mother is not the one who is going to be here for you, but you want to be your own mother, because you are the one to liberate yourself from the past, so that you can embrace your future. And it starts from the right here, right now, being in the present moment, pleasing yourself first. You can fast. Stop self-sacrificing your self-worth. Be in the place where you visualize yourself every day transforming from that wounded girl, and be in your own inner mother. This is the most fundamental thing that you want to do for yourself, for you to rise in your own feminine mastery, for you to know that you can do and be and have everything that you set your mind to be. So I'd like to see if there is any questions. So there are no questions, ladies. Okay. So when you go back to the evolution of the growth of all of us, like I know most of us say that change, we people don't change. They have all the I will say crazy talk when they say people don't change, things don't change. Ladies, everything is in a constant state of becoming. Nothing has ever become. You also are in a state of becoming. You can evolve, you become better and better and better. And the comparison that I would advise you to do is compare yourself from who you were yesterday to what you're becoming today. That is the only way you can grow. But if you're in the race and you keep looking back and you keep looking at what the others are doing, instead of nurturing yourself first, it means that you are rooted in a very deep mother wound. If you wake up in the morning and you are on the phone, instead of nurturing your own self spiritual growth, you are fueling somebody else's by looking at, oh, their children have gone to this school, oh, their husband is looking like. You want to first nurture yourself before you can go out there and become somebody else's savior or empower yourself. Go take a course, go look for a job, do something that is going to be making you boost your own self-esteem. Come from a place where you want to self-initiate. Look for something that will make you feel more of a feminine, one who is more empowered. If you are looking for something outside of you to change yourself, to change so that you can feel good, then you are looking for disappointment, you are looking for frustration, because no one is here to live the life for you. You will realize that everybody is living their own life and they're choosing their own life. So if you're having that savior complex or martyr complex where you are here saving everybody, you are going to be disappointed. You are going to look back and you say, oh my God, I lost so many years trying to oh, I have given so much of myself. Oh, I gave so much in that marriage. And in all this, there was no balance of energy. You are giving, giving, giving. You want to come back to sender. You want to come back to yourself. You want to come back to who you really are and start living from that space. So everything that you see, everything that you feel, everything about your life, you will feel about your partner, about your business, about your money, about your government, about the way you feel about God, the way you feel about the earth. Everything you feel about every single person, every emotion is derived from a mother wound. So the people pleaser, just to recap, you are going to have this good girl syndrome. If you have the good girl syndrome, you are the master judger. You want to become, you want to see that you're judging everybody, because nobody here is a good girl. Nobody is being a good girl. Whether you can, you are dealing with it or whether you're fabricating it, we are all, it's all in your mind. So when you want to stop playing small in any shape or form, you want to start thriving in your own businesses. Stop playing dumb in your partnerships. Stop playing dumb in your workplace. You want to start living yourself in a very empowered place. You don't you want to stop making your people around you feel better, because you are teaching them that you are not empowering them. By you not stepping in yourself full authority, you are enabling them. When you when you're not feeling like everything is going well with you, you're not going to know the person who's coming to empower you, or you are here to change the world. You are not here to play small or to make other people feel better or damn yourself for other people. Embrace all parts of you. Feel them, incorporate them, empower them, love them, so that you can start healing from the inside out. So ladies, if you're constantly apologizing for being the emotional caretaker of others, you are living in a very deeply engraved wound of the mother wound. So a lot of us are in denial. We do not know that this applies to us. You want to stop being in denial and looking at your mother wound, because if you can heal the mother wound, you can heal the inner child wounds, and you are going to start thriving in your own feminine vibration. So if there are no questions today, I want you to know that all these things are possible for you. You can come from a place of a very deeply engraved mother wound and start working towards your own spiritual empowerment. You can stop living from a place where you cannot speak your truth, coming from a place where you are letting other people thrive and empower yourself. So you want to know that the biggest way to do that is for you to become your own inner mother. And for those ladies who are ready to take the next step and to start walking towards their own healing journey with a Dance for You step-by-step curriculum, where I guide you through all the healing of the feminine wounds or the mother wounds or the sister wounds, then this is the time for you to book a call with me. And in this call, we are going to talk about more about your mother wounds and all the things that you want to overcome, whether you had an anesthetic mother, whether you thought you had a loving mother and it turned out, oh, these things I did not know. Book a call with me. Let me get to know you. And in this call, we are going to know each other. And if I feel that I can work with you or I can help you, I'm going to invite you to know how working with me look like. So ladies, it's very good to have you here. It's very good to be meeting all of you every Sunday at 3 p.m. It's a great privilege and an honor to have you all here in the Return of the Diva. And until next week, it is from my heart to yours. Goodbye from me.